What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name's Mac. If you're new to the channel, this is my YouTube channel, How to Heal. I like to go over things that I found very helpful for my own healing, my own journey towards more peace, and a more helpful, effective mindset. So I'm sharing these tips with you. Hopefully you guys can get some benefit as well. And on that note, we will start out with a nice stretch. Okay, so first of all, hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today's video, I want to discuss focusing on the present and the action and things you need to do now instead of the long list of things ahead of you. So in my own experience, there's been many times where I get very caught up in the list of things I need to do, and the more I get caught up in this, the longer the list gets, and the more aversion I have towards this list. The more I want to avoid this and the more I want to put it off, right? And I think you can even make creating this list and analyzing this list another thing on the list, right? Like it's a big loop. Like, okay, I need to know everything I'm going to do. I have to plan out everything before I start, because realistically, probably because I'm scared to start, or probably because I'm too uncomfortable to jump into it or do the first thing. But that's usually the best option, right? Procrastination and overanalyzing everything just makes it more difficult and adds to this painful, endless list of things, right? And if you think about it relatively simplistically, with any long-term goal or any just continued progress, there's always going to be a next step. So you can always go down this path and it's never really going to end. You're always going to find the next step or the next thing you'll have to do, right? So this kind of becomes a pointless thing. I think some planning can be very helpful for sure, but it's very tricky where to draw the line sometimes. And I think that's where it's important to bring your attention back to the present, bring your awareness to the present, and what can you do right now? Because there's always going to be the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, right? But you're never going to get, a lot of these things are one, out of our control. We don't know if we're actually going to get there. We don't know what the circumstance is going to bring us or how it's going to pan out until it pans out. So it's a lot better to just start with step one and just focus on step one, right? I think there's a quote that goes, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, right? And I think this is something that happens quite a bit, right? Like you start the journey and you get through the journey, and when you look back, you go, wow, like I did a lot, or that worked out so well, or I'm really grateful I did all this stuff, right? But if you had of looked back retrospectively at like, oh, if I had to do this all over again, I wouldn't, right? It's such a big task, right? But you did it. By taking it piece by piece, it gets done. But when you look at it on this mass scale of this endless, daunting list of things to do, it's going to be really draining. It's going to be really exhausting. It's going to be something you likely want to avoid, right? So take things bit by bit, day by day, moment by moment, step by step, and focus on just that and see where it gets you, right? One step at a time. And when you're on that new step, you can look at the step in front of you, the next action to take, right? But again, kind of like with the journey of 1,000 miles, like if you go up one step at a time on a staircase, you may get up 10,000 steps and realize, like, holy shit, it was just one step every time, over and over again, just one little step. And now I've gone up 10,000 steps, right? But if you're just sitting at the bottom of a 10,000 step staircase, you're like, there's no way. It's way too much work. Like, look at the gap, right? But if you take one small chunk, one bite-sized bit at a time, it's a lot more doable, and it doesn't, it's a lot less daunting, right? So just try to focus on being more present. This is what I've done that's helped quite a bit. Try and focus on just what you can do now. Let the future be for the future, right? the eventual present, however it's going to play out. But focus on the present. Put your energy into the present. Don't put your energy into the makeshift lens of how you think things might pan out, or the endless list of things you think you're going to have to do. Just try and focus on what can I do right now towards the goal that I think would be good, or towards the direction that I want to be taking. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys found it helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, things you want me to talk about, you can leave a comment down below. And as always, thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great day.